So, welcome to the Field Trip 1. My name is Nguyễn Xuân Bách. I come from class DAN 1234 in the Faculty of Foreign Languages, Saigon University. This is my first ever field trip vlog, where I'll have 5 days of travel to the southwest region, or the Mekong Delta. I'm super excited of what awaits me ahead of this trip, so let's get right into it. Our journey began at Huỳnh Thúy Lê Ancient House, a beautiful fusion of Eastern and Western architecture. This historic home once belonged to Huỳnh Thúy Lê, the inspiration behind Marguerite Duras' famous novel L'Amant, The Lover. The house's ornate wooden carvings and French colonial influences reflect the cultural blend of its time. Walking through its halls, I could sense the echoes of a love story that once unfolded here, making it one of the most romanticized landmarks in the Mekong Delta. After that, we visited King An Cung, a temple dedicated to the worship of Ông Bổn, the guardian deity of Chinese communities. Built by the local Fujianese community in the early 20th century, the temple is an architectural masterpiece with intricate dragon carvings, red pillars, and traditional Chinese motifs. Stepping inside, the air was filled with the scent of incense as visitors paid respects, maintaining a centuries-old tradition of faith and gratitude. Later in the day, we arrived at Bà Chúa Xứ Temple, one of the most revered spiritual sites in the Mekong Delta. According to the legend, the statue of Bà Chúa Xứ, believed to have divine powers, was found on Sam Mountain and could not be removed until the locals followed her instructions in a dream. Today, thousands of pilgrims visit this sacred site, seeking blessings for health, prosperity, and protection. The temple's grandeur, with its golden tiled roof and intricate statues, stood as a testament to the deep-rooted spiritual beliefs of the region. Our final stop was Thoại Ngọc Hầu Mausoleum, the resting place of one of Vietnam's greatest military strategists. As the official who led the construction of the Vĩnh Tế Canal, one of the largest waterways in southern Vietnam, Thoại Ngọc Hầu played a crucial role in the region's development. His tomb, along with those of his wives and trusted subordinates, is situated at the foot of Sam Mountain, surrounded by an air of solemn respect. Visiting this site was a powerful reminder of the contributions made by past leaders in shaping the land we see today. We started the second day surrounded by the breathtaking scenery of Grashu Kachibut forests. This vast wetland ecosystem is home to countless species of birds, fish, and rare plants. As we glided through the emerald green water on a sampan, the only sounds were the rustling of leaves and the distant calls of birds. The flooded forests, with its towering Kachibut trees, was a reminder of how nature and human life are deeply intertwined in the Mekong Delta. So this is Melaleuca, Grashu Melaleuca forests. I had a quick trip on a canoe and a raft. It was a thrilling yet a chilling experience as well, and it's amazing to see the views, the trees and plants, the birds and everything. Next, we arrived at Thật Dong Thom Sơn, or Thật Dong Cave, a place rich in both natural beauty and folklore. This limestone cave is famous for its towering entrance and deep caverns, but it's also tied to the legendary story of Thật Sanh, a heroic figure in Vietnamese mythology. According to the legend, he defeated an ogre here to rescue a princess, making this cave not just a geological wonder, but also a cultural treasure. Inside, the cool air and the mysterious rock formations added to the cave's mythical atmosphere. We then visited Ha Tien Border Gate, an important trade hub connecting Vietnam and Cambodia. This place has long been a meeting point for cultures, where Vietnamese, Khmer, and Chinese influences blend. So this is a Ha Tien Border Gate. Apart from there is Vietnam, and this other side is Cambodia. You can see some of the towers and like pagoda-like structures from there. This is a road which starts from Thailand to Vietnam. In the afternoon, we had a team building event at Mũi Nai Beach, one of the few beaches in the Mekong Delta. The golden sand and gentle waves made for the perfect setting as we participated in games and challenges, strengthening bonds and creating unforgettable memories. The sight of the sun setting over the Gulf of Thailand was a perfect way to wrap up the day. On day 3, we visited Mạc Cửu Mausoleum, the final resting place of Mạc Cửu, the founder of Ha Tien. The location of this mausoleum is remarkable. It sits on a small hill, surrounded by lush greenery, offering a commanding view of the land he once ruled. The site contains tombs of his family and successors, arranged in harmony with nature, reflecting the region's deep respect for those who shaped its history. And next, we arrived at Nguyễn Trung Trực Temple, dedicated to the national hero who famously led the attack that destroyed the French warship L'Espérance. His unwavering spirit in fighting for Vietnam's independence made him a revered figure. While outside the temple, I noticed a variety of herbs growing. I wasn't really certain about what that is for, but I was informed that that was to support the locals around the temple. Day 4 took us to đất mũi Cà Mau, the southernmost point of Vietnam. This place carries deep symbolic meaning, representing the country's furthest reach into the sea. The air was fresh, the scenery vast, and the feeling of standing at the very edge of the land was surreal. But throughout the journey, we all wore red shirts and red áo dài, the Faculty of Foreign Languages' uniforms. The sight of everyone in matching attire added a sense of unity and pride, making this experience even more special. Okay, so this is Mũi Cà Mau, the southern tip part of Vietnam. So in order to get here, you have to go through the Ho Chi Minh Road. This is a last section of the road as well. As you can see, this is like a lighthouse or something. And around there's amazing sceneries, the trees, and what do they call it? Cây đước, yes, cây đước. And yeah, that's basically it. Next up is the Cà Mau Cape Ship panoramic sign. Well, to reach it, we walked along a narrow path with dense mangroves lining both sides. The quiet rustling of leaves and the occasional calls of birds made the journey feel almost surreal, as if we were stepping deeper into nature's embrace. You know what? This mangrove forest seems quite similar. It's like some kind of Japanese forest in a Logan Paul's video or something. Emerging from the path, we finally saw the towering ship-shaped structure, symbolizing Vietnam's determination and resilience. Climbing up, I took in the breathtaking view of the vast ocean stretching endlessly ahead. Joke of the day. Do you know what Mũi Cà Mau looks like? It looks like a canoe. What is up? 5 in the morning. On the final day, I started earlier than usual, waking up at 5 a.m. to visit Cái Răng Floating Market, one of the most famous floating markets in Vietnam. This market is a vital part of local trade, where merchants sell fresh produce, household goods, and even hot meals, all from their boats. Each boat has a long pole displaying samples of what they are selling, creating a floating marketplace unlike any other. By noon, we arrived at Mỹ Tho Tourist Wharf and boarded a boat to explore Thới Sơn and Phùng Islands. These islands are known for their lush orchids, traditional handicrafts, and rural charm. On Phùng Island, we learned about Đạo Dừa, or the coconut religion, a unique spiritual movement founded by Nguyễn Thành Nam in the 1960s. He was known as the coconut monk because he supposedly lived on a diet of only coconuts for years while meditating. His teachings blended Buddhism, Christianity, and local beliefs, emphasizing peace and unity. At its peak, the religion attracted thousands of followers, and Phùng Island became its spiritual center. The remains of the Đạo Dừa religious site still stand today, featuring an unusual architectural style with round lotus-shaped structures and symbolic statues. Though the movement was eventually banned, its legacy remains a fascinating part of the Mekong Delta's history, showcasing the region's rich tapestry of beliefs and philosophies. The boat ride itself was an experience. Navigating through the narrow waterways lined with nipa palms felt like stepping into a postcard scene of the Mekong Delta. After a final taste of the Mekong Delta's rich culture, it was time to head back to Saigon. The journey through floating markets, islands, and unique traditions made the last day just as memorable as the ones before. And with that, our field trip officially came to an end. Cho thuê áo 33. Cầm một gì không? Though the field trip has ended, the memories, friendships, and lessons will stay with us. And perhaps, in some way, this journey was just the beginning of many more to come. I guess this is the end of field trip number 1. Well, quite an exhilarating and it's an energetic one as well. So I guess I'll see you guys on field trip number 2.
Yes. See you again, right?
Yes, sir.